So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose.
Hi everybody, Mike here. So this one's gonna be short because I need to get a new camera, obviously. But anyway, this is for the new Five Nights at Freddy's series, Tales of the Plzzaplex. And for some reason, the first one is not called what the story title of the book is, which is Larry Lazy Game. The first story is called Frailty. And so this one is, I can see a lot of similarities to the Fazbear Right series in the first story. I've not read the other two yet, or the epilogue, so I don't know how much that one is like the other ones too. So I would appreciate you guys don't put any spoilers down in the other ones after this, because I haven't read them yet. But this first one I have read, and this first one starts out two clerks are at a cemetery and they're trying to revive. One name's Colin and Jack. They're trying to revive a boy, and sadly the boy dies. But then a girl comes and sneaks and stabs the boy and somehow brings them back to life. A cop sees them and the boy comes back to life, and so later on we find out the person who did this was named Jessica. The girl named Jessica. She's 14 in this, and she's like a janitor. She works at a hospital, and she uses. A lot of people think that she is one of Eleanor's victims, because she has a pendant just like Sarah did from To Be Beautiful. So, and she like goes around and works at the child side of the hospital, and she tries to use the pendant to help revive, I guess, to live a borrowed time. So like every time she helps somebody, she's up living longer. I'm gathering it's not, a lot of times these stories aren't clear, like they usually aren't. So I would, and so yeah, and eventually she is going to school. She helps out a little boy named Billy, who she helps put to sleep. Who, like, only time they mention Freddy's in here is around him. Is one for Bruce, and like they'll take him to the Plzzaplex place. That's the only time they ever mention him. Freddy's in this story. And so she like helps a little boy, and she helps him count elephants back to sleep instead of sheep. And so we also see her go to school, and she has this chemistry class where they work on robots, and she has a partnership with a boy named Robert, who's a junior, so he's a couple years older than her, and she they had to go make a robot, and she's afraid to go near the junkyard, I guess maybe because of Eleanor and stuff like that of her past. So he goes to the junkyard by himself, Everybody at the school is afraid of her. Only reason why Robert's not because he's new. They call her Zombie Girl because she hangs out near the cemetery. And um, while they're working on it, the robot, they both start develop feelings for each other. Ellen and Jessica doesn't know what to do. She keeps on going to the hospital um, chapel and keeps on like look at the pendant like praying. And we got another Jeremiah here. Like these guys like to use the same exact names over and over again. We had learned you used Jessica before too, but and who's the pastor, preacher, whatever, and tries to help Jessica and like prays with her and stuff like that, and tries to give her advice. And maybe the only one that understands what happens at the end to Jessica, to her. And so eventually Jessica gets asked to prom, and one of the nurses, which let me look at her, let me make sure I got her name right. Nurse Marcelly helps her pick out a dress, and eventually gets suspicious and goes to the cemetery and actually goes to ask an old lady, does a girl named Jessica live here? And no, the old lady says no, she's never met Jessica. So obviously Jessica gave her a wrong address when she decided to work at the hospital. And so because she's actually live in the cemetery, she's not living with somebody who lives near the cemetery. So yeah, I guess she just picked a house random. I'm in charge right on the camera. I guess I didn't need a camera, so anyway, so the when after she finds out, we see her have a little dream thing happen to Jessica, and also every time she helps the kids, or like snowflakes that show like where it's snow stuff, white stuff that comes onto the kids after she heals them. Must make also a little suspicious stuff going about it. So, and prom night happens right after this dream, like where she like thinks like she's being kidnapped or something. It's hard to tell. She goes to the prom. Everybody's surprised to see her there. And also they also did them a little performance thing before the prom with the robot, and they explain like how the robot works that they made. And Jessica didn't work on the robot that much. Mostly it was Robert that did it. So did the work. And after performance, Nina, one of the other girls there, actually comes and says hi, and maybe they can work on partners together. And she actually likes what the robot did and how the robot performed. So, and eventually at the prom, Robert kisses her, and like some weird ink ends up on Robert's lips, and he gets scared, and she gets scared, and Jessica ends up running away. Everybody sees what's happening, and she's going to the hospital and tries to help out a girl named April before she, I guess, dies and turns into a bunch of pile of pieces, like, just like Sarah does in her story. And scrap metal. And but she didn't get there in time. But apparently she still does help April. April was in the story earlier. She has cancer just like the real Jake, and she feels kind of jealous over Jessica for her. She can't go to prom because of her condition, and she likes having people telling her their days, help her feel better. So I'm gonna read the last bit of the story. I usually do with the last page to you guys. Jessica began to wild away at the charm above April's bed. Already to get to this door open, Nurse Marcy called out to Colin, and the security guard. They ran over to help. I am... But she blocked the door with something, the security guard said. Nurse Marcy pounded on the glass. Jessica, please, open the door. I need to see April. Whatever happened, it's gonna be okay. I can help you. What's going on? Nurse Marcy turned to see Father Jeremiah. It's Jessica. She locked herself in April's room. We can't get in. Maybe I can help. Just then, the security guard and Colin were able to push open the door. Slide open whatever blocked the door, locking the door. Thank goodness, Nurse Marcy pushed in. She spotted April sleeping still in the bed. But where was Jessica? Oh, gross! Colin pointed on the floor. How did that get in here? There was on the floor beside April was a pile of metal pieces, tin bars, gears, bolts, and junkyard garbage, smelling like grease and from the pile as if they were blood. What's going on here? Marcy whispered. Where could she gone? Out the window? Colin asked. He looked out the window but found it was locked. The security guard checked the restroom. Nurse Marcy looked shocked and heard bewildered and turned towards the door. Father Jeremiah, Jessica's gone. Just vanished. I don't understand. Where did she was just here? Father Jeremiah stepped into the room. He looked at the pile of metal and quietly found sadness as if he understood something no one else could. He made a sign of the cross and began to pray. In the moment, Marcy heard April's heart moderate or level onto a strong heartbeat rhyme. So basically, April was about to die before Jessica got there and helped revive her. Seems like. So yeah, a lot of people I watched. So like I usually do. I usually follow along to somebody reading this to me, and what I can gather that like what he just said is he thinks it was that should be a beautiful thing, and I kind of think the same thing. It's a great story, and it's I thought maybe they would have their own stories in here, separate from from Fazbear Fright, but apparently not. They are somewhat still related. So we'll find out what happened. This one was really great. I loved it. It was more sad and scary. What's going on with Jessica? So a lot of these can be sad. So I'll see you guys later. I'll give this one a 9 out of 10, since I couldn't, because a lot of the times I still couldn't roll what's going on. But I'll see you guys later. So now let here. I don't know if you can see because it's kind of still dark in here. I also need to get a light so you can still see me better. But this will have to do. So bye bye.